Alright, I'm starting just a little bit early. Gotta fix my schedule. $1:30. Okay, I need to go here. I need my dash. Oh no. Alright. Okay, that's weird. My Discord's not Discord. My Twitch is not working. I am just getting all set up. I wonder if my audio works. Audio check 1 2. Okay, it works. I am just getting all set up. Streaming announcements. Watch me just sound like a baby doing all that. Okay. I am getting it all set up. On the big hand. Pathfinder. Wrath of the Righteous. Select all. Copy. Copy. Post. Switch. Okay, not now. I'm gonna post this on my regular Facebook too. Just to see. Alright. Let me... Okay, I wonder... Is this working? No, it's not. Why is my Twitch not working? Okay, home. Here we go. Alright, I'm gonna continue. My volume's low. Here we go. Hello everybody, welcome to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. I'm gonna pick up right where we last left off at. We just found the storyteller. I got my Gatorade and, oh, that was strong Gatorade. Oh, oh, give me my water. I am so dehydrated and I'm gonna try to do this. Give me just a moment though. My mom just texted me. Okay. I wonder... Why? Okay, there we go. Alright. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk to you. The Defender's Heart is a splendid choice for the Crusade's outpost. The very sight of these walls bring back fond memories of drinks and revels. The drinks were really good, by the way. People say that you are deliberately trying Queen Gallifrey's patience. Is that true? Hello. Does it even matter? All the Mendevian high society has declared war on me. They either despise me or they're trying to steer me back onto the right path, and I'm doing everything in my power to keep them on their toes. I relish the prospect of all the fun this mess in Canabras will bring. He grins from ear to ear. I shall either commission a song about the great Canabras fiasco from the certain talented bard, or confuse the jewelers with a rather tall order, a batch of silver dragon toys with detachable heads. Oh my god, that's horrible. But oh, the dark humor. Give me a week and they'll be in every shop in the capital. A heroic dragon who died for our future deserves respect, not your mockery. You should make sure it's really easy to rip the wings off your dragon trinkets as well. Kids are gonna love it. Evil, your jokes are silly and childish. If you really want to get revenge, then make your enemies suffer. I see. Thank you for your answer. I'm gonna remain neutral on that. You won't find a more honest and straightforward fellow than me. May I ask a few personal questions? I like to talk about life in Mendev in the Crusades. What made you join my party after all? I don't want you in my party anymore. I should go. Goodbye. Let me ask a few personal questions. You can try. I've heard stories about your tragedy that befell your family. I hope you don't feel obliged to offer me your insincere condolences. On this unfortunate occasion, my whole family, my entire noble line, they all died, and demons are to blame. It's not like I actually loved any of my relatives except for my mother, but what's gone is gone. The family crypts are full of corpses, all covered in dust and the shadows of the past. What do you cherish most in life? There are far too many things that I cherish to fit them all into a single conversation. Believe it or not, I might be one of the most life-loving people you've ever known. He smiles. His eyes are gleaming with something different from his usual impudence, the irony. There's a dreamy air about him all of a sudden. I rarely meet anyone who embraces the joys of living as enthusiastically as myself. There are so many exciting Oh, I just lost my place. There are so many exciting and beautiful things in the world. It should be illegal to waste your time on anything you do not enjoy. And I am not afraid to repeat that to anyone's face. Should it be Discari or a demonic herd or Imadea the Lightbringer herself? You don't seem especially keen on helping people, but your knowledge of healing is truly impressive. What prompted your interest in that? Uh, if you really want to try out everything in life has to offer, you also have to understand how to deal with the consequences. And I am not talking about a simple hangover, mind you. Do you have any good stories about your past exploits? I've got plenty, but I have to warn you that even the most outrageous debauchery sounds far less thrilling when you were not the one doing the debauchering. Still, since you asked, I suppose the worst mess I've ever got myself into was when I staged my own kidnapping. I was once in correspondence with one of the Riverlands nobles, the young Lord Labeta, and he told me about his days as a hostage to a group of bandits. This made me wonder what it would be like, and I thought that it might be fun to set up a little experiment. Oh my god, this is horrible. No. I engineered my own kidnapping by a certain gang through a chain of intermediaries and hired actors. Those fellows took the job very seriously. They caught me by surprise, killed my 2 bodyguards, and even tied me up. Of course, the whole thing seems preposterous now. Oh my gosh, English. But it seemed like an ingenious idea at the time. The employers had told the kidnappers that they were to keep me safe and sound, and another group of mercenaries in disguise was watching the spectacle from afar, ready to interfere in case anything went wrong. It turned out to be a terrible idea nonetheless. It wasn't at least a bit exciting. Sure, those bandits had been unable to torture or hurt me physically in any way, but they had plenty of other non-invasive methods of humiliation in their arsenal. Taking almost all your clothes off and splashing ice-cold water all over you, for example. Ugh, I can't even remember if I said anything truly offensive to provoke them, even though I initially planned to let them go after the ransom. Their overly emotional reactions made me change my mind. I told my mercenaries to hang them all on the spot. Oh my god, this is horrible! I suppose the whole ordeal taught me a valuable lesson, which is that I'm not built for hardships and trials. Wait, you just told me that a couple of your bodyguards died during the stage kidnapping. Does that mean 2 innocent people lost their lives so that you could have a bit of fun? Good. Your cruel jokes bring people nothing but misery, chaotic. I say life's too short not to try out everything you can. These mind games of yours will come back to bite you sooner or later. Wait. He pales a little, but not out of shame. Oh, spare me. It irks me beyond all measure when I hear about the suffering of innocents. He sighs, look away, and continues in a flat, polite tone. Yes, the bodyguards died. Guarding nobles is a dangerous job. They were well aware of the risk. I don't really see a problem with that. Besides, they prove their incompetence. They prove their incompetence. Oh my god. They would have stood no chance against real kidnappers. These mind games of yours will come back to bite you sooner or later. I hope not. I enjoy myself. I enjoy my life, and I like to keep. So, that was a stupid story. Now I'll tell you a truly brilliant one. Prelate Holrun had always strictly prohibited any public celebrations in Canabras, and he always picked on me for my lack of respect for the fallen and whatnot. His grumbling annoyed me so much that one day I drove 4 barges into the city harbor and set up a celebration on the docks. The ships on the river didn't fall under the prelate's jurisdiction, you see, so all he could do was snarl at me from the embankment. I, for one, did not forget the old boy. The main attraction of the festivities involved an inquisitor of immediate dancing and roasting beautiful witches on illusory bonfires, taking off his clothes with every new victim. The spectacle was so heated in every sense of the word that Prelate almost had a stroke. He gives you a mischievous smile. Oh my god, he's brilliant but horrible. He's like he's the chaotic chaotic evil. Oh my god. Just no, this would be neutrally evil. I still consider that one of my finest ideas of all time. Should be crusaders ever succeed in their efforts against the world wound, I will do my utmost to get permission to hold a grand public celebration, rivers of wine free of charge, an obligatory parade, and a carnival in the evening, a contest for the most provocative succubus costumes with a hefty prize in gold, another contest where the participants have to fish a sausage out of a wine jar, blindfolded with their hands tied behind their backs. The wine will symbolize the blood of all the dead heroes of the war, and the sausage, well, they'll find a heroic meaning for that as well. Over the years, the commemoration of the greatest victory of light over darkness will turn into an ordinary holiday, a fine excuse to get sloshed and rut like animals in the streets. Oh my gosh. You are the true sense of democracy. What do you hate most? The feeling of helplessness, the lack of control over my own life. He replies without thinking, then adds with obvious sarcasm, and onion rings. Of course, I'd murder the person who came up with those abominations. I love onion rings, but you know what I love more? I love Funyuns. I grew up with Funyuns. I love them more than onion rings, but I do like a good onion ring. And there was this restaurant here where I live called IMADS, just IMAD, S at the end. And oh my gosh, they had the best burgers. That was just, mwah, amazing, and really good onion rings. Like, I have never tasted onion rings that good before, but oh, it was so good, and now my mouth's watering. Okay, do you enjoy being mean to everyone? Yes. So direct! And here I thought you were hurling insults at people purely by accident. He laughs, this time his smile is surprisingly soft. I like I like your way with words. What did you expect me to say if I wanted to make a good impression? Something along the lines of, I'm not mean, I'm just honest with myself and everyone else. That's what people use as an excuse when they want to keep up their saturine cascade while still saying whatever nasty little thoughts spring to mind. That is not what I do. I have no hidden agenda. I'm just as much of an insufferable prick as I seem to be. Some people are simply begging for a good dose of mockery. So who am I to deny them? I don't give a damn if anyone holds a grudge against me, which is why I don't even try to avoid it. I got no more questions, but I do like his up straight honesty about it. Like, this is not brutal honesty. Everyone's like, oh, this would be brutal honesty. No, this is straight up honesty. Sometimes you have to be smacked with a dose of reality of how people see the world, even though you don't agree with it. I can still respect him for being himself, even if he's a prick. I hope this conversation was the slightest bit amusing. I like to talk about Mindov and the Crusade. Ask, I'm all ears. What's your opinion on Mindov today in general? It doesn't exist, he scowls. It's a frontier country that has attracted every utopian adventurer and fanatic from all over the world in more than a century. It is a place where the strangers outnumber the locals. Especially in the cemeteries, the population of Mindev for the most part consists of humans and other races not exactly known for their longevity. So the current generation of Mindevians were born in the shadow of the world wound and raised by the Crusades. I might be the last person to complain about the decline of traditions and the lack of character in our country, but I also happen to come from one of Mendev's most ancient lineages. Its history is bred deep in my bones. My tutors told me stories about my heritage. The galleries, libraries, and even interiors of the manors I grew up in were filled to the brim with memories of events long past. There are many heroes of old Mendev among my glorious ancestors, or at the very least, patrons to the contemporaries of such heroes. Does anyone actually remember them, though? I don't think so. These days, Mendev has its own heroes in shining armor and with holy fire in their eyes. I myself remember how several streets that once celebrated my ancestors were renamed in honor of some crusaders who had died in a heroic fashion. None of the citizens remember the old crossing festival or the old crossing festival that was eventually replaced by Armas. These holidays even share the same date. Pretty much the only authentic thing about Mindev now is the endless war with the demons. And is there a point of bemoaning the state of affairs? Oh my gosh, that's so much. That's a mouthful. What's gone is gone, but at least they're no longer some tiny god-forsaken northern kingdom, and that's something, isn't it? You don't really like Crusaders, do you? Quite the opposite. When I think about how many devoted heroes are willing to protect this world against the demonic threat, I feel so inspired. Inspired to continue indulging... Oh. I'm sorry, that was my dogs. Oh, it's my dad. Oh my gosh. When I think of how many devoted heroes are willing to protect... I'm streaming. No, I'm streaming. Okay, let's try this for a third time. When I think about how many devoted heroes are willing to protect this world against a demonic threat, I feel so inspired. Inspired to continue indulging my vices while they fight to keep me safe. Imagine being someone like me, someone who has everything they can possibly desire: youth, beauty, wealth, and honest wish to live and enjoy living. But vanishingly few ways to put it all to any use. The fact that the word fun itself is not yet outlawed in Mendev must be due to some bureaucratic oversight. You can celebrate your victory solemnly, you can wet your whistle after a challenging battle, but what about real fun, joys, pleasures? I can't remember a single evening at court without someone chastising me for my banquets, my lovers, and my mistresses, my luxuriant clothes, my everything. It would have been a lot easier to tolerate all the hypocrites if they took a break once in a while. Instead, there was a constant fuss about how I wasn't doing anything for the greater good and how I only brought shame to my royal cousin. Oh, I'm gonna take a sip on that. Oh my butterballs. Okay, 1 second. Ooh, 1 second, guys. Oh, no, I got this on sub only. Oh, no. Ah, crap. I have to stop this for a moment and I will be right back.